What is good, everyone? It's your girl Pochiii. Welcome to our safe space. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to edit on CapCut for free. Now, you guys might be asking yourself, for free? I thought CapCut was free. What's going on? What's the free part? The free part is basically what it says. When you're starting off your channel, you don't want to go ahead and start spending a lot of money. And a lot of people like to go ahead and pay editors to edit their videos because let me be honest. And look, as a person who loves editing, I understand. But a lot of people don't like what? Sorry. A lot of people don't like to edit. That's totally okay because honestly, I get it. There's times where I'm just like, girl, I don't even want to see myself no more, but I have to go ahead and do this because I have to go ahead and post the video for y'all. But I understand because it gets too much. But I'm going to show you guys the basics because listen, if you guys at least know the basics on how to edit your video, you're good. You don't need to go ahead and spend no motherfucking money on some motherfucker to go ahead and edit. No, you don't need all of that. Listen, I'm going to show you the basics so you guys know how to do it yourself because listen, we're trying to do this on a budget. We're trying to do this for free. We're not trying to waste that money right now. We're trying to save, okay? Because listen, this economy and all that stuff, no, we trying to save the money, okay? And that's what we're going to do. Let's not, look, like I said, I'm trying to help y'all. I'm trying, it's just a homegirl to another homegirl or home dude who wants to go ahead and start editing. Listen, I'm just trying to help y'all out. Look, did y'all hear that? Listen, I'm telling you guys, I understand. Editing can be a lot. Keep that in mind. Editing is a lot. Editing is repetitive. It gets to be too much. Now, but I'm not trying to scare y'all. I'm just trying to warn y'all to what to expect because I'm telling you guys, expect. Once again, if you are a person who makes their videos and repeats a lot of stuff or messes up a lot, you're going to get annoyed, okay? But do not listen. Listen, hear me out. Do not get scared, okay? I'm here to help you guys, to show you what to do and all that bullshit, okay? Just hear me out. Stay here. Don't leave, okay? Just please, okay? Just believe in me and believe in yourself. We're going to get through this shit together. We're going to do this shit on a budget. What the fuck did I say right there? We're going to do this shit on a budget. So wow. We are going to do this shit on a budget, okay? We're not trying to pay nobody, at least not right now. Once you got that bag, once you got the money and stuff, you can go ahead and pay whoever the fuck you want. You can pay cameraman, editor, maybe even somebody else to do your channel. I mean, I don't know what the hell you want to do. Y'all can do whatever the fuck you want, but when we got money. Right now, we on a budget. So let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and show you guys how to go ahead and do a video because how to do a video? No, not how to do a video, how to edit your videos. Y'all, so first thing you're obviously going to do after you download the app, CapCut, you are pressing create project. Easy, y'all. Now, the second thing that you're going to do is import. Where do you import your footage, your photos, your audio, whatever you are importing up here in this left square up here that says media, audio, text, stickers, effects, transitions, etc. We'll talk about those a little bit later in the video. First thing you're going to do, like I said, is import your videos, pictures, audios, whatever. You will press in the section that says media, you'll press obviously the word import. Okay, so the footage that I'm going to be using is the footage that I did, the short film that I did the other day, the last video that I recorded that you guys should go ahead and check out because honestly, I surprised myself, okay? I wasn't expecting how it turned out. So I'm very proud of myself. It's been a while since I've done a short film or anything in that sort of aspect. Very proud of myself. You guys should go ahead and watch it. It's called The Dream That Played Before the Film. It's horror, thriller, suspense. It was inspired by the movie Sinners. You guys should go ahead and watch. I mean, I don't remember if I said it or not, but if I didn't say it, I recommend you obviously buying a hard drive. You need to buy a hard drive, 1 terabyte, or just like a terabyte, a hard drive that has a good amount of space to store your footage and all that stuff. I do recommend that. Put your footage, your photos, your audio, whatever in a folder. Do not just let them all over the place. Put it in a folder, please. Okay, once you have your folder, you press import. It's going to go ahead and import all your materials. As you can go ahead and see, it is right here in the left corner. Okay, now you double click it and obviously in there is going to have all your footage. Okay, so after you have imported your stuff, let's go ahead and use one when I'm in the car. This is the one that I used for the short film. So either you can go ahead and press this plus sign that says add to track. So obviously if you press plus, it will add to your timeline, or you can also go ahead and drag it and place it in your timeline. Either way, it'll obviously get to where it needs to go, which is the timeline. Now you guys might be asking, so what the fuck is the timeline? This is the timeline right here. Right here. Follow the mouse. This is the timeline. This is like a timeline. You see it has the numbers, you know, it shows you the time and the lines. This right here is going to show you where in the video you are at and all that stuff. Oh my God. This day was the best day, honestly. I love it. So once you have your video on the timeline, as you can see, look, press and play, you will see it right here in the middle, which is what is they. Once you put your video on the timeline, you obviously will see your video now here in the middle. You can make this smaller on Mac. You know, you can go ahead, pinch the mouse pad, and you can make it bigger, smaller. I like to put a little bit small so I can see the whole thing. As you can see, when you press play, this timeline stick is starting to move, and also that you can see it in the middle. Y'all. Now, what's the next thing? Because I have everything here written. I import and actually, okay, y'all. So once you have your video on the timeline, you can start, well, cropping or cutting, whichever you want to do. First of all, before you go ahead and start cropping and cutting and moving and all that stuff, if you want to go ahead and make the timeline a little bit bigger so you can go ahead and see your footage, because this, for me personally, I mean, hey, everyone works differently, but this is too small. I need to go and have it a little bit closer. Right here on your right, you will have the plus and minus sign, which is the zoom in and zoom out, obviously, for the timeline. So I usually like to zoom in. I like to have a pretty good, I don't like to put it that close up, because if you put it that close up, I can't follow the timeline stick. You know, it goes too fast. So I like to have it maybe little less than halfway of the zoom and shit. So when I'm playing, as you can see, it's a good, I can follow along where I'm at. Okay, after we have imported and put the footage on the timeline and also zoomed in the timeline, the video, whatever the fuck you really want to call it. After you already did that, you now have a view of a little bit of the audio, as you can see right here. And I usually go by the audio sometimes, you know, where I stop, where I breathe and all that stuff, so it's easier for me to cut and know where to cut. In this situation, I already had audio with the video, but there'll be times where you might need to sync up your audio. If you have to go ahead and sync up your audio, I do recommend to clap or like make like some sort of like, so you can go ahead and sync up the audio to your video if you're using an external, is that the word? External mic or an extra mic, whatever the fuck it's called. Or whatever the case is, if there's some reason that you have to go ahead and sync up your audio, clap or something to make sure that you are able to sync up the audio with your footage easily. Because if not, you will be lost for motherfucking days from experience. Let's go ahead and start cutting. Now, here in the beginning, as you can see, it's just me setting up, looking for the game, all that stuff. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. I'm going to probably cut. Okay, hold on. Where do I start? Okay, I start playing here. Now, there are a couple ways that you can go ahead and cut your footage. One way is for you to go ahead and press this little arrow right here in this row up here where it has all this motherfucking shit that I usually don't motherfucking use. You can either press split, right? You press split, it'll split the footage. As you can see now, it's separate. You have delete, you have another delete. You can either delete what's on the left, what's on the right. For example, if you go ahead and, okay, not that, bring it back. Like I was saying, if you want to go ahead and, for example, cut, if I'm cutting and then I press Q, Q, huh? Couldn't delete left at this position. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, okay, there. Okay. Listen, I'm learning as well. Oh my gosh, bring it back. No. Fuck. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying to help y'all. I'm sorry. Let me take it serious. Listen, I usually don't use this delete left, delete right, but if you will use it, now that I know how to fucking use it, to go ahead and use this delete left and delete right, you have to go ahead and drag your timeline stick. For example, right here, I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. I will press Q and it will delete, right? If I want to go ahead and save this part and I want to just delete what's on the right, I go ahead and press W and I'll delete what's on the right. There you go. Now, since obviously I don't want to motherfucking do that, I'll go ahead and bring it back. So this is one way to go ahead and split. Now, you can also go here in the select or split section and press this one that is the shape of a razor and that says split. And it will now show you this little icon and you will put it directly on the area that you want it and you'll split. And once again, you will have the shit right there. It's also easy to press not A, but you'll press B. As you can see, it changes, right? You press A, it'll go back to the arrow icon, or you press B and it'll go to the razor, and bam, it quickly. All of this, I'm taking it the fuck out because obviously it's when I was setting up. Make sure when you are deleting, cutting, all that stuff that you are highlighting the footage. You see, when you highlight, it has that little white border. Make sure that it's always highlighted. Now, once again, I don't want this clip right here. I don't want it. I'll go ahead and I'll just press delete and it'll delete. And it'll start immediately right here, right? Another motherfucking thing, if you guys have noticed that I'm bringing back and deleting and all that stuff footage, I'm pressing Command Z, right? Command Z, which I think for you guys will be Alt. Well, if you're using Windows, if you're using Windows, I think it's Alt. You'll use Alt or Command and press Z. When you do that, you are undoing. Yeah, you are undoing. If you press Command or Alt, Z, not that. If you press Command, Shift, and Z, oh fuck. What the fuck am I doing? Oh my gosh, as you can see, you can undo. Y'all, I get confused. The redo and undo, it confuses me. I believe it's undo. Okay, I'll go ahead and let me explain that one more time. Let me put it exactly how I had it. This is my footage, right? I'm starting here. For example, if for some reason I want to go ahead and get that old footage back, obviously if you haven't already cut like half of the fucking thing, if you're still in the beginning, you can go ahead and press Command Z and it'll bring back the old footage. If you don't remember that, that's okay. Right here where we had pressed the split shits, you have the redo and undo. As you can see, undo. And look, if you hover over the undo, it'll show you right there what you have to go ahead and press. For me, it's the Command Z, and you go ahead and undo. Over here, if you hover, hello. Over here, if you hover, it'll say reset, and it'll show you your commands or what you have to go ahead and do. For me, once again, it is Command, Shift, and Z. Just letting you guys know because trust me, it will happen. You'll delete it by accident. It happens all the time. Do not get scared. Trust me, do not get scared. You think, oh shit, no, do not get scared. All you have to do is just undo. Let's say, for example, you want to have a closer shot. Okay. Now there's a couple ways that you can go ahead and do this. You can either crop or you can just go ahead and zoom in. Usually zooming in is fine, but cropping sometimes it's necessary to go ahead and do. You can either press the timeline and make sure that it is highlighted, or you can press right here in player and you can press it and it'll highlight as well. You can either use the little balls, pause, to go ahead and zoom in and zoom out. I don't know if you guys noticed, but on this right side it says detail when I don't have any of the footage highlighted. If I highlight the footage, automatically this right motherfucking square is going to appear where it says video, audio, speed, animation, adjust. And it'll have different settings and all that stuff that you can go ahead and do. Removing your background, retouching. I think these are filters. I don't use these, but if you want to, hey, it's your video. You do whatever you want. What the fuck was I talking about? Okay, so now we're here on basics. Okay, we were talking about the zoom in and zoom out. Apologies. You can go ahead right here on scale and zoom in or zoom out. But like using the scale works better. As you can see, you go immediately to 1, like you can't see shit to 500 and you're very close up. Sometimes when you're using the this, like as you can see, it just stops at 95. For what reason you're gonna go ahead to 1, I don't know. Maybe it's for a transition or something. Hey, you never know. So I definitely suggest using the scale. I use both, really depending on what I'm trying to do. But the scale, really, if I'm trying to do a type of transition or a slow zoom in or something, like I prefer using the scale. But you can also use the balls, because I use the balls too. Not like that, y'all. Not like that. Don't be nasty with me. And it's the same thing if you want to rotate your footage. So if you want to rotate, you can either do it here where it says rotate. You can press the arrows and do it. slowly, you can either put in the number that you want. So let's say I want to put it 50, 25. It'll go ahead and do that. If you put negative 50, 25, it turns the other way. Let me see. You see, it turns the other way. You can also use this little dial situation here. As you can see, it moves around. There you go. You can also use this circle right here and you can do your thing, okay? I put here ratio. Now, let me explain, because obviously, depending on where you're editing, if you're editing for TikTok, if you're editing for Instagram, YouTube, whatever the fuck, obviously, the ratio is different. Now, automatically, CapCut opens up for the ratio of YouTube. Right here it says ratio. You press ratio, it has all the different types of motherfucking shit. Usually it's on original, which is obviously depending on how you film the video, if you film it vertical, horizontal, diagonal. 16 by 9 is for YouTube. 4 by 3, if I'm not mistaken, is probably Instagram. Whatever the fuck these are, I'm not entirely sure. 9 by 16 is for TikTok, Instagram Reels. Not entirely sure if it's 4 by 3 or 1 by 1 that is for Instagram. One of those. I mean, look, do your research, you know, type, ask, make sure to not do the wrong thing. If I want to go ahead and do it for TikTok or Instagram, all I have to do is press 9 by 16. Now, if you're like, girl, but I want this whole thing. I want this whole thing. I don't want these black spots. Okay, well, just zoom in. Zoom in. That's all you got to do.